time and place for this Huron, South Dakota City Commission meeting, Monday, January 23rd, 2023. Roll call order, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Here.
Bragg.
Here.
Robish.
Present.
Mayor Harrington.
Here. Moving on to, oh, I'm sorry. You guys were spinning on me. What did I say?
Muscle memory.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we can go to agenda approval. Does any deletions or any additions to it tonight? This is rare.
I'll make a motion to approve agenda as submitted.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Weinrich to approve.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Robish. Roll call vote, please.
Smith. Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Public forum. Public comments may be sent during a live meeting broadcast on the city's YouTube channel. The link is listed on the city's website and www.huron.sd.gov. Click on government and then city commission. In order to use the YouTube chat feature, please create an account with your YouTube and Gmail or use your existing accounts. Please state your name and address for the record. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. I know Commissioner Robish has a public forum tonight.
Oh, I do. Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say that I was reminded this last weekend of 2 things for sure in this town. And one was we had our Winterfest, and the Huron Community Improvement Committee, made up of 6 or 7 volunteer individuals from town here. The effort, the time, the effort, and the work that they put into putting on a event for the community here. They did a great job. They were prepared. They put on a good show. And then the second thing I was reminded of is people from this community, how good they are, how nice they are, how patient they are, and whatever, because we had a crowd that we did not expect. It was crazy big and it was crazy good, and the people were very patient. They were very appreciative, and I heard that from a lot of the people that were there, from the public that was there. It was a great event and it was a good time had by all. So,
Very good.
thank you very much.
Next up, I have some public hearing, public comment. Last night we lost our former mayor. He'd been fighting a lengthy disease, and yesterday he died. Last night he died about 9 o'clock. And then talking to his wife and family, Paul was ready to go. So he wanted to be with God. So with that, I'd entertain a moment of silence for our former mayor, Paul Hallwood. Thank you. Rest in peace, Paul Mayor.
Mayor, I have one more thing to say then.
Yes, sure.
I know he was a very good friend of yours.
Yes, he was.
And so
Still is.
My condolences. Yes, he is. My condolences with his family and with you.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, we'll move on. City Commission adjourns to convene as a Board of Adjustment for the following public hearing. And I'm going to call on Barry to tell us what 4.1 is.
Thank you, Mayor. The conditional use permit application has been filed by HME Development, project address of Lot 7 of Broaden Creek Industrial Park, to construct a senior living facility including a memory care unit, senior care housing, and assisted living housing, where code requires a conditional use permit for this use, provided that the site contains not less than 600 square feet of lot area for each person to be accommodated, and provided buildings for uses described in this section are 25 feet or more from a lot line of an abutting lot in an R district in an area zoned R4 multiple family residential district. This is a continuation of the senior housing facility that will be, there's being proposed in lot 7 of that North Broadland Creek Industrial Park area. There will be approximately 20 senior housing units, 20 assisted living center unit, and 20 memory care units. Hopefully, when it's fully built and occupied. So should employ roughly 15 to 20 people when it's fully staffed. So this is the continuation of the project. We needed to do the conditional use permit before we could do the permitting and things. So we have had nothing, no opposition was voiced at the planning commission. Planning commission the hearing examiner, recommended approval, and as did both the building official, Chris Newman, and myself recommended approval.
Okay. We have a motion.
I would move to approve the conditional use permit.
Commissioner Bragg, motions to approve. Need a second on this item?
Second.
And we got a second, Commissioner Robish. Any discussion? No discussion on this item? Okay. Need a roll call vote, please?
Smith. Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Passed, thank you. The Board of Adjustment adjourns to reconvene as City Commission.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the Commission at one time without discussion unless a member of the Commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. Consent agenda for this evening is 6.1, minutes, January 9, 2023, City Commission. 6.2, fuel quotes for city departments. 6.3, special events on sale alcoholic beverage license for top floor events for Chamber Mixer on February 14th at Black Tie, 350 Dakota Avenue South. Personal items, recommend pay-by deer for police officer position with the Huron Police Department. Number 2, recommend addition of Stephanie Valatol to the Volunteer Fire Department. 6.5, payment of the bills.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve by Commissioner Roberts. Need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Weinrich. Roll call vote. We do? Okay.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Moving on to petitions and communications, 8.1, our city attorney Tucker Valesky will tell us what this one's about.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. 8.1, consider real estate purchase agreement with Aladdin Financial, Inc. and authorize the mayor to sign. This is for the purchase of a piece of property out by the old Dakota Pork Building. It is 40 acres. It's currently owned by Aladdin Financial. Aladdin's representatives have signed off on the purchase agreement. And it is for a price of $225,000.
Okay. Need a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Weinrich, motion approved, need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Bragg. Any discussion on this item?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes. Brian?
since I'm a little limited on my communication here, could Commissioner Bragg explain the importance of that piece of property to our solid waste and future development?
Yes, he can. Commissioner Bragg, here's been requested, you tell us all about this.
Sounds good. Thanks, Brian. There's a couple of reasons that this is important for the city. One is that we do have some projects coming up where we need some clay and fill material, which we will be able, we believe, to extract from that. And then, as Commissioner Smith mentioned, with the proposed new construction of the solid waste staying up in the same area of the existing building, after we take some of that filled dirt out, that would allow us to dig down and then create a future site for rubble or construction and demolition debris. So we have a limited amount of space right now, and that's one of those things that they keep making it more difficult every year. We have to do more cover, and so the hole doesn't last as long. You fill it up a lot faster than you used to, and so this will set us up for years to come where we won't be having to truck it far away. We'll still, like at our current site, be able to keep it close by. Does that cover everything, Brian?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thanks.
We also, I think we utilize that clay for our sludge ponds.
Yep.
And which will still be there. We'll be doing that in the years to come, so it's nice to have an inventory of that handy.
And it's really the only piece of property in that whole area that we don't control. You know, we own the land on either side of it and to the north of it, so it will be nice to
Yeah.
bring that entire area into city control.
Yeah. I think it's just an added to our, when we build our new facility out there, it's just gonna be a great addition on. It'll all be centrally located, and we'll be able to, it'll be a great addition, so.
And
Okay.
congratulations to Tucker. He did a great job negotiating with, on our behalf here, so thanks, Tucker.
So we have a roll call vote on that, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Moving on to ordinances and resolutions, 9.1, Tucker, would you give us that?
Yes, thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. 9.1, first reading of ordinance 2245-3-93, personnel regulations. Set the second reading for January 30th. As the commission may note, we previously did have personnel regulations come before the commission. There was an issue that was identified as it relates to paid leaves of absences, as it relates to the number of days that would be allowed. That issue has been resolved by simply removing those proposed revisions. So, as set forth previously, these personnel regulations only pertain to definitions relating to the immediate family members, adding spouse equivalent, and foster children in the employee's care. We add a definition for the spouse equivalent. Funeral leave, employees are granted 1 day of funeral leave, and they may also use 1 day of sick leave consecutively. And then finally, we repeal the residency requirement of city employees.
Entertain a motion?
So
I move to,
Commissioner
Second.
Bragg, motion to approve, need a second?
second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Any other discussion on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
aye.
Robish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay, moving on, Tucker, to 9.2.
Thank you, Mayor. 9.2, first reading of ordinance number 2246-30-243, supplemental appropriation for 2022. Set the second reading for January 30th.
Okay, need a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner
Second.
Weinrich, approve, second Commissioner Robish. Any discussion on this item?
Just kind of quick, pick
Yes.
out some things, just because there's some
Sure.
different numbers in here. One of the major ones is the storm drainage for the decks. Again, that's grant funds, CDBG grant funds we received for those projects. In the finance office, it's $131. We had an overpayment on a TIF that we had to refund back to the county. And then, other than that, it's mostly general operations for departments. For specific questions, let me know.
Okay. Any questions for Pauline on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish, Mayor Harrington.
Aye. All right, Tucker, 9.3.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. 9.3, first reading of ordinance 2247-18-81. Building regulations, set the second reading for January 30th. This ordinance simply updates the current building codes. The commission previously adopted the 2018 version codes. This will update those to the 2021 version codes. And there's also a change in the ordinance that decks that are no more than 30 inches above grade at any point, those no longer require a building permit.
Need a motion?
Move to approve.
Commissioner Robish moves to approve. Need a second on this item.
Second.
Commissioner Bragg with a second. Any questions for Tucker on this item?
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Smith.
So for a point of clarification, when you say decks that are not more than 30 inches above grade at any point, is that the floor or the handrail, or what piece of the improvement is that?
I will ask our city planner to answer that question.
Yes, that's the deck height, Brian.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on this item? Roll call vote, please.
Is that, just,
Oh, I'm sorry,
so
go ahead.
you're saying that's the floor?
Yes,
So
it's the floor, the base elevation of the
Is
floor.
that the wording saying at any point, is that a little confusing? Because at any point of the deck would, I could understand Commissioner Smith's question, any point of the deck would include the railings.
No, but it's the floor, the base elevation.
So that's why I'm just wondering if that,
Mhm.
if we should add something into that language.
Well,
Whatever
I mean, we would
reduces
just
confusion.
control it through the building permit process.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Need a roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. All right, the last one for this is 9.4. Tucker, please.
All right. Yes, Mayor. 9.4, first reading of ordinance number 2248-19-14, fire prevention code, set the second reading for January 30th. This just updates our fire prevention code to the 2021 edition of the International Fire Code published by the International Code Council. Currently, our ordinance is a bit outdated. It refers to the 1997 editions, so we're just updating it to the 2021 editions, the most current.
Okay, very good. Need a motion?
Move to approve first reading.
Okay. Commissioner Robish, motion to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Bragg, second this item. Any questions for Tucker on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. Moving on to departmental items, 10.1, and City Financial Officer Pauline will entertain 10.1.
Thank you, Mayor. These are our transfers for the year end. You can see we're actually under budget with some of our transfers, which is a little odd, but we did have quite a few projects and equipment that have been rolled over into 2023, which is the main reason. I do have specifics if anybody would like. Otherwise, there is nothing out of the ordinary. I ask for approval.
Okay, we need a motion.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Bragg moves to approve. Need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Weinrich, a second. Any more discussion on this item from Paul then? Seeing none, roll call vote please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. That ends our session tonight, except for our executive session. So with that,
Make a motion